Welcome to Beef Tips with Mei Chow, brought to you by the Wyoming Beef Council, Albertsons, and K2TV.
Hi and welcome to Beef Tips. I'm Mei Chow. Well, today is a very special day because this is the 100th episode of Beef Tips. I've been doing Beef Tips for almost 2 years now, and I have to say I couldn't have asked for a better experience. It's been totally awesome working with a fantastic crew, and not only is this the 100th show, but this is also going to be the final Beef Tips with Mei Chow, and I hate to say it, but I guess all good things must come to an end. And for today's recipe, I want to share with you a very, very special Thai recipe. We're going to be using whiskey, and it's going to be a beef flambe, so why not end the 100th show with a grand finale. This is going to be a Thai dish. It's a beef flambe Thai dish. Okay, so we're going to begin with the ginger. We're going to take the skin off the ginger, and a very efficient and safe way to do it is to just take a spoon and just rub the skin off. Alright, now we'll mince up the garlic. Okay, so now we have our garlic and we have our ginger. We're going to dice up some shallots. And now it's time for the peppers. Okay, so for this recipe, you can see I use mainly jalapeno peppers and the red chili peppers and just half of this chili pepper, only because I don't want it to be too spicy. We are going to cut up our scallions. Now we have our beef. You want to cut against the bias. So we're going to cut this vertically down the middle, and then we're going to slice against the grain into fairly thin slices. You don't want the slices to be too thick. We're just going to toss this with some sugar and some soy sauce and some fish sauce as a marinade. You don't have to marinate this dish too long since the beef is sliced really thinly. Some sugar, fish sauce. I'm also going to add some fresh basil. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of fresh lime juice. All right, folks, we're ready to cook. This dish calls for a very, very, very hot wok and very, very hot oil. When you add your beef in, make sure you add it away from you. Alright, so don't disturb the beef, just let it sit for a while. And when you cook this dish, make sure that you use a wok, not a skillet. You really want to monitor the temperature and make sure that you keep the heat very high. We're going to add the garlic and the ginger and the peppers. And we're just going to add everything else in. Add some soy sauce and some fish sauce. I'm going to do some fresh lime juice. Okay, so the beef is pretty much finished cooking. This is a very, very hot pan, and I'm going to add the whiskey. We're going to add about a cup. Then we're going to light it. Whew! So be careful, and then we have that flambe. It's going to cook off the alcohol. Right at the last moment, I'm going to add some more fresh basil, as well as some fresh mint. Okay, we are ready to serve this. All right, our beef is finished, and I'm going to serve this today with some fresh fruit. So be creative when you're serving this. This is a great dish to serve if you're entertaining guests. So I'm just going to put this right there. And you want to serve this dish, of course, with rice. And I also made some pad thai noodles earlier. Put my rice in the pineapple. Okay, I'm going to serve that there. Doesn't this just look beautiful? I'm not finished yet. I still have some more garnish I'm going to put in. I'm going to put in some mint leaves. Cut up some cucumber slices as well. I'm just going to cut up some lime wedges. And then we have your pad thai. There you have your Thai flambe beef served with some jasmine rice, some pad thai, and some fresh fruit. Enjoy. Again, this has been a very special show for me, not only because it's the 100th episode of Beef Tips, but also this is going to be my last Beef Tips with Mei Chow. I've enjoyed waking up to all of you guys out there in Wyoming every Wednesday morning for this beef cooking show. And thank you so much for all of the people out there who've come up to me and just tell me, you know, hey, I really liked your beef stew, or that cheddar burger looked great. It really means a lot to me. And the Beef Tips wouldn't be possible for some people who work behind the scenes. I have to give a special thanks to Heather Christiansen, who shoots the Beef Tips and who does a wonderful job editing, to Brian Harrington, who sits on top of a ladder, folks, to shoot those close-ups, as well as to Highland Church, who for the past year and a half have been so generous with donating their church and their kitchen facilities. And of course, Chris Emig, who no longer works at K2TV. We both started doing Beef Tips. And lastly, of course, I would love to thank the Wyoming Beef Council for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share with everyone something that I just absolutely love to do. This is my passion ever since I was a baby, and for Wyoming Beef Council to allow me this opportunity, it's a very humbling experience, as well as to Albertsons, who've been so, again, generous with their beef and their vegetables and their ingredients, and to all the staff of the Albertsons on the west side, and to Joyce and to Brian, thank you. And last but not least, I'd like to thank Dustin Allen, who has been generous to donate his beautiful kitchen and his beautiful house for us to shoot Beef Tips. And Dustin, I'm sorry that I made your house smell like garlic. So with that, we have the cake. I really hope that everyone out there continues to cook, and feel free to still drop me an email, and enjoy your cooking. Goodbye.
Beef Tips is brought to you by Wyoming's beef producers.